everyone. Thank you for coming to our presentation and honor to meet you here. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Namo Buddhaya, best wishes to all of us. I would like to say thank you for coming to our presentation. I'm Gracia and my teammate is Kahli Mawarni Sapana. The purpose of our presentation is want to tell you about international crime case on film Vadis Aida. This presentation is a structured assignment from our respectable Ms. Aryuni and Mr. Tunfarid as lecturer in International Law course in Jenderal Sudirman University, where this film discusses case of international crimes that occurred between Bosnia and Srebrenica and tell about massacre of Muslims in Bosnia. Why we chose this film? We chose this film because this film nominated for the Best Film Academy Award entered the BAFTA Film Award for the Best Film Not in English, BAFTA Film Award Best Director category based on true story and tell of the massacre of Muslims in Bosnia which took many victims. The next slide will present by my teammate Tahlil Mawardi.
Okay, the fact about Srebrenica massacre. The first one is the Srebrenica massacre was slaying more than 1,000 Bosnian Muslim boys and men, perpetrated by Bosnian Serb forces in Srebrenica, a town in eastern Bosnia and Herzegovina. In July 1995, in addition to the killings, more than 2,000 civilians were expelled from the area, a process known as ethnic cleansing. The massacre, which was the worst episode of mass murder within Europe since World War II, helped galvanize the West to press for a ceasefire that ended the 3 years of warfare on Bosnia territory. However, it left deep emotional scars on survivors and created enduring obstacles to political reconciliation among Bosnia ethnic groups. And the second fact is the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, established for the massacre to scrutinize ongoing military conduct, concluded that the killing at Srebrenica, compounded by the mass expulsion of Bosnian civilians, amounted to genocide. It pinned principal responsibility on senior officers in the Bosnia Serb army. But the United Nations and its Western supporters also accepted a portion of the blame for having failed to protect the Bosnian men, women, and children in Srebrenica, which in 1993 the UN Security Council had formally designated a safe area in a critical international review. In 1999, UN Secretary General Kofi Annan wrote, "Through error, misjudgment, and inability to recognize the scope of the evil confronting us, we failed to do our part to help save the people of Srebrenica from the Bosnian Serb campaign of mass murder. Although Serbia was not legally implicated in the massacre, in 2010, the Serbian National Assembly unilaterally passed a resolution that apologized for having failed to prevent the killings. Beginning in 1992, Bosnian Serb forces targeted Srebrenica in a campaign to seize control of a block of territory in eastern Bosnia and Herzegovina. Their eventual goal was to annex this territory to the adjacent Republic of Serbia, which along with Montenegro constitute the realm of the Yugoslav Federation. To do so, they believe required the expulsion of the territory Bosniak inhabitants who opposed annexation. In March 1995, Radovan Karadzic, president of the self-declared autonomous Republic Srpska, it's a Bosnian Serb Republic, directed his military forces to create an unbearable situation of total insecurity with no hope of further survival or life for the inhabitants of Srebrenica. By May, a cordon of Bosnian Serb soldiers had imposed an embargo on food and other supply that provoked most of the town Bosniak fighters to flee the area. In late June, after skirmishes with the few remaining Bosniak fighters, the Bosnian Serb military command formally ordered the operation codenamed Krivaja 95 that culminated the massacre. Okay, next.
Okay. It can be seen in the picture how the situation at the time was where refugees tried to enter one of the UN headquarters to take shelter. But the situation inside was also not possible because in the film it was told that the conditions inside were full, which made it impossible to enter the refugees from outside shelter to the inside the UN shelter.
Okay. The massacre carried out by the Serbs violated human rights and violated the 1949 Geneva Convention, and charges were imposed on the Serbian army leader Ratko Mladic on the basis of war crimes that occurred in Bosnia. The United Nations War Crimes Tribunal, the basis of the United Nations War Crimes Tribunal found Ratko Mladic guilty of the crimes he had committed. The judge said Ratko was sentenced on 10 of 11 charges, namely murder, beating, and rape, which left 100,000 people dead, and 2.2 million refugees and 8,000 Muslim men killed, and an international UN judge sentenced him to life imprisonment. Mladic had filed an appeal but was rejected by Judge Priska Matimba. Okay, next.
After this incident, we hope that this incident will never happen again, because the incident that took many victims, which include innocent children, that violate human rights, which inherent human rights, right give the right to life for every human soul.
Okay, the conclusion is, although at the end of these films, many perpetrators of the massacre escaped from the punishment, I hope that this incident will not be repeated, other than for violating human rights and including serious violation. Besides this tragedy inflicts the deepest wounds on the families of the victims of this massacre.
Okay, that's all our presentation. We are grateful for everyone here to listen our project. We hope that you can find something useful for more presentation. I'm Gracia Trinita and my partner Ahli Mawardi Savana. Thank you for what our presentation. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! As the closing of our presentation, we will show a snippet from the film. Enjoy watching!
Their tanks are getting closer and closer by the hour.
We are doing everything we can. Aircraft are on standby and ready to launch an attack on all positions held by the Republika Srpska army.
What will happen if the planes don't come?
They will come. They will come.
Ljudi, baza je puna. Niko više ne može ući u bazu.
Brega is a safe area under protection of the United Nations.
Kao čovek, kao general, garantujem sigurnost za svakog nevinog.
Do you have your family here?
2 sons. Do you think we are safe here? The Serbs are inside the base fully armed.
What?
Vidjeti uniformu.
Mi smo civili.
Pa s kim ratujemo 4 godine, jebem vam, majku vam jebem. Sve civili.
Preživjeli 3,5 godine rata, preživjet ćemo i ovo.
Šta će biti s nama? Ne znam.
Ja ako ostane glud umrijeću, ja moram bježati odavde.
Vesme, možeš mu povesti moje sinove iz baze.
Aida ubiće i Srbija koji nađu. Ubiće i mene. Samo bez panike i propustite malu djecu i žene. Škarci, na drugu stranu.
Hajde, odmah.
Ljudi idu tamo gdje je bezbjedno.
They are killing people outside.
Dogovor je bio!
I don't know where my family is. Svidio moje. Dari